Greetings. My name is Luke Gallagher, and I will be doing some voice recording for, essentially, there is a game that Andrew wants to make. Hi, Andrew. Or Don Forgecast, where he's looking for people to guest star as Deathlords. I checked out a few of his Rise of the Deathlords video, or Death of the Deathlords, or I think, yeah, Rise of the Deathlords. And, it really interests me, the world that it's in. And I felt that I needed to kind of lend my voice acting stuff from my skills, I suppose, from radio dramas I've done before to audition for one of two characters that interest me. The first one is the Vampire Count of the Hallow Court, and the other is the Death Tyrant of Blackwater Bay. So as my way of doing the voices, I needed something to read, as most authors do. And since there's nothing to read, nothing specifically written down to read for the edition, I felt maybe the best way to do it would be to read the disclaimers from the Dungeon Master's Guide and the Monster Manual. Once the DMG will be the Vampire Count, I should say. And the Monster Manual will be written by the Death Tyrant. Apologies for that. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I might be a little bit less than I should be. But, first up is the Vampire Count of the Hallow Court. There were a lot of liberties taken, artistic liberties taken, to come up with a character. I mean, we were given the name, we were given an image of what he looked like. White hair, kind of like elegant robes, nobleman, but very dark and very classic vampiric look. So I thought the best way to go with him is to go with a very Austrian accent, or a very Romanian vampiric accent. I needed to go with, I needed to give my character a name, because I couldn't just ramble on without any direction, so I had to come up with a name. This is just something off the top of my head, I don't know if it works, but Eric von Wolfhalt, which translates into wolfskin. Wolfhalt. So I'll be reading as Eric von Wolfhalt, the vampire of Hallow Court. Disclaimer. Wizards of the Coast does not officially endorse the following tactics, which are guaranteed to maximize your enjoyment as a dungeon master. First, always keep a straight face and say okay, no matter how ludicrous or doomed the player's plan of action is. Second, no matter what happens, pretend that you intended all along for everything to unfold the way it did. Third, if you are not sure what to do next, feign illness, end the session early, and plot your next move. When all odds fails, roll a bunch of dice behind your screen. Study them for a moment, with a look of deep concern mixed with regret. Let loose a heavy sigh, and announce that Tiamat swoops in from the sky and attacks. Welcome, Andrew Armstrong. I am Eric von Wolfhart. I am the Vampire Count of Hallow Court. Bring this rock gnome to my court. I wish to have dinner with him. I am sure he would love to stay for a bite or two. The next character I'll be doing voice acting for is the Death Tyrant of Blackwater Bay. Now, I didn't also have very much to go with for this guy, but he is a a beholder, and beholders are almost stereotypically um, narcissistic, believing that they are the most powerful of all beholders. So obviously, if he's a villain amongst other villains, he's going to think he's number one, the best, number two, the best beholder ever, and number three, and most importantly, because he's a death tyrant, he is going to be insane. So, excuse me, I'm sorry about this. We will do Gizar, as I named him, the death tyrant of Blackwater Bay. Oh, adventurers, you have no idea what you're getting into. Disclaimer. Any similarities between monsters depicted in this book and monsters that actually exist are purely coincidental. That goes double for mind flayers, which absolutely, utterly, and completely do not exist. Nor do they secretly run the D&D team. Who is this D&D team? Do we really need a disclaimer to tell you that you should use your brain to consider such irrational thoughts? You should have a beholder brain like I do. They only make the mind cluttered, confused, and unpleasantly heavy and chewy. A good brain is a nice, tender, and barely used. Go ahead. Put down this book and watch some reality television or internet cat videos. Cats look so delicious, don't they? They're really funny these days. You won't regret it. We say this only because we love you and your juicy, succulent gamer brain. Wait a minute, was I under control of mind flayers? Not again. I will unleash my legions of the damned upon them. Maybe that will make them change their mind this time. Oh, hey, it is you. It is the Dawn-Forged cast, isn't it? Ah, yes. I assumed you want me to tell you my mischievous tale of how I will destroy Nimble and his party members. The answer to that is simple. No. No. Do me a favor. Get out of my swamp. Get out of Blackwater Bay, or I will kill you myself.